Hello, welcome to my stream. I'm DC. You can find me all over the internet under DC Lasair, !DC in chat. You get to my website, follow me on Blue Sky, it's great. !AF in my chat brings up my affiliate links. First one will be for Doris, which is a fabulous link in bio site. Use my affiliate code to hop on over there, and if you want to sign up for Doris Pro, use the discount code DC Lasair to get 30% off for 3 whole months. Also, the next link, Fantasy Grounds. Fantasy Grounds is a virtual tabletop and has a fantastic reader app now in beta, and if you use my affiliate link, any purchase you make, I get a little bit of that as a commission. So yay, get cool gaming stuffs. All right, let's get the music paused here. Where's the thing? There's the thing. Ha, I can hit buttons. Let me check other thing. I have checked other thing. Yay, me checking things. Okay. All right. Hi, Rex. Hi, JD Lady. Welcome on in. We will get to the wild speculation at the kind of near the end of Tech Friday this week. Have a few other things to get into first. Looking at lighting now. Oh, I didn't check to make sure I was streaming where I should be streaming. Double checking. Hey, look at that. I'm streaming where I should be streaming. Okay. And move that. Yay. All right. So today I'm excited because I'm ordering food in, and I think I'm going to get the catfish. Because there's a place near me that does a variety of stuff. They'll do catfish and hibachi and hamburgers and chicken sandwiches. And they do a lot of things, and they're all very tasty. One of those things is catfish. They have some other fish too, but catfish is pretty good. So that's going to be my dinner later. Yay. And then weekend plans. Tomorrow I get a haircut. Probably going to go see a friend for lunch. So that'll be nice. And programming note reminder, next week, Wednesday, I will not be streaming as I will be doing a coaching thing for the Twitch TTRPG Creators Club thingy. And if you're a part of the TTRPG Creators Club on Twitch, sign up for my thing. Forum closes on Sunday. You got to be in their Discord and to do it and be part of the Creator Club thing. Yeah. So do that. Or if you know somebody, tell them about it. And, you know, they get to talk to me and I get to talk to them. It'll be fantastic times. So no stream next Wednesday. Otherwise, the week will be as usual. Monday and Tuesday, video games. Thursday, video games. Friday, Tech Friday. All right. I think that's all I have coming up. Yeah, that should be good for a while. Oh, charity stream. Charity stream will be April 4th, 3 p.m. That's a Saturday. this very channel. So come on by. It'll be fun. It's it. The Gen Con Hotel Lottery opens up this weekend. So we get to find out our position, our time that we get to try to get a good hotel. It might either be later today or tomorrow, but the actual hotel portal opens up on Sunday. And so out of my 3 friends going, we're hoping one of us gets an early time so we can get a relatively close-ish hotel. That'd be kind of great. All right. So today is Tech Friday. Let's get into it. First up, Rode had an announcement about their Wireless Go and Wireless Pro now interface with something called Direct Connect, which they added to their wireless micro device that I was telling everyone to buy. So if you have an iPhone and this mic right in here, you don't need to plug in this bit, the receiver, the thing that says RX on it. The Rode has an app called Direct Connect, and if you're on iOS, you can download it, and you don't have to worry about the receiver. You can use that port for other things. So they've expanded that capability now to a couple of their newest wireless mic, the Wireless Go and the Rode Wireless Pro. And let me get that into... Oh, there it is. There's the link to the announcement. Oh, nope, never mind. Hold on. Hold, please. Hey, Brian, welcome on in. So yes, now if you have the mic I recommended everybody get, this one, or the Wireless Go Gen 3, or the Rode Wireless Pro, you can now not use the transceiver bit if you have an iPhone and just use the Direct Connect app and free up that USB-C port or whatever port. If you there are some that are Lightning port compatible, so if you had that, you have a free port. There is not an Android version currently. But it's a cool feature nonetheless. All right. Next up is I watched a video. I think the Capture app doesn't get high marks. You may be better off with your current workflow. So, next up, I found a video came across my YouTube feed about an app called Heaper, which is found here. And what this does is it adds tags to your file, and it says you can add rich text note to any file, browse instantly offline, sync across devices, can self-host. So instead of using folders, you're now using these tags. And this is kind of something we've been talking about along with my Obsidian Vault, and, relying less on folders and more on properties and tags to do that. Well, here's this concept brought to your hard drive. Let's go to the window here, right here. As you can see, it's in launch phase, so free to use until August. Local first, links over folders. So if this is of interest to you, now is the time to take a look at it, because it's free for a while. So take a look, see if it's for you. I thought it was an interesting idea. Especially since it talk about using folders less in Obsidian. And there are PKM workflows that rely more on tagging things and using Obsidian properties than they are having a folder structure. The idea is we're creating two complex folder structures that just get in the way of finding things. Okay, next up, Apple is going to have an event on March 4th. Here's an article via Engadget about what that might all entail. Let's see, did I bring that up here? I did not. So, probably looking at MacBook Air updates, MacBook Pros, MacBook Airs. Will probably be the big thing, as it will most likely mainly be iPads and MacBooks. There's even a rumor that there's a new entry-level MacBook coming out. So if that's of interest of you, and we'll cover it, after it happens on that following Tech Friday. So if you are an Apple fan, look forward to that. Or if you just want to keep up with Apple announcements. All right, and before we get to the Elgato thing, in the Chaotic Wholesome Presents Discord, Kay had posted this wonderful link, which is for art resources for broke creators. So if you have a TTRPG project and you want some art, or you just want art for your personal things, check out everyone listed in this document. They say they are continuing to work on it because they don't know everyone, and as people point out more things, they'll add to it and make a new thingy, and they'll update it. So I thought that was wonderful. No AI whatsoever. That's the point of it, to point you to resources that you can use that do not include AI. So it's a wonderful resource. Bookmark it, download it, maybe donate a little bit of money to them, things. And if you have any suggestions for them to add to a future edition of it, put it in their comments. The MI6 MacBook for those who work in British intelligence, right? Chaotic Wholesome is full of great people. It is. So, again, thanks to Kay for posting this in one of their channels on the Discord. Pretty fantastic. All right. Now it's time for, let's see, what do we want to do here? This
one. Wild speculation.
Elgato made this post to Blue Sky. They are going to have an announcement. I believe it works out to be March 3rd. About whatever the heck Wave Next is. Cats can post to Blue Sky, right? So this is all I saw. And then I actually went to their website because you can sign up for the trailer. Here's the website. And if you notice, as I scroll my mouse over, you see circuit boards. You see kind of speakery things. Okay, so this leads me to believe what it actually is. Kind of go through. But otherwise, we have no idea, and so we're going to wildly speculate. So, what it might actually be is the one thing Elgato kind of doesn't... One of the things that Elgato doesn't have in their hardware lineup is a dedicated hardware audio mixer, something that competes with a Rodecaster Duo, for example, or the Rodecaster Pro 2, or any of those other things. They have the Stream Deck Plus, right? And it has the knobs on it, and that's easier to control audio. That's meant to do a whole bunch of things. So this very well could be hardware, dedicated hardware for that purpose. Which, if you can afford a hardware audio mixer, I do recommend it. It's nice to be able to put that processing into another unit, and there are extra things you can do with an audio hardware audio mixer. Now, there again, I've said that their WaveLink software is fantastic, and you can use that for your audio mixer as well. It works great. So that's what most likely it is, because I'm seeing circuit boards, I'm seeing things that indicate hardware. I was thinking it was either going to be that, before I discovered I could spring the rotate the mouse around the screen and see circuit boards and things. I thought it could be a more advanced audio software interface. So something like if you used Reaper, which is a huge audio program that musicians use, and you can fine-tune things for all sorts of music, and it's meant for instruments, you know, guitars and drums and all those things, and there's so many more options than what a single streamer needs if they're not doing music. So it could be a mix, or it could be one or the other. Those were my actual thoughts. And the new Wave XLR was leaked, yeah. Trying to break into podcasters, multiple XLR input device. Yeah, that makes sense. So I was thinking either more advanced software that you pay for, and then they leave WaveLink 3 free for everyone that just needs wavelength. But if you want these power tools, you can pay something and get that. But the actual seeing of a little circuit board and things and speakery things leads me to believe it's the hardware. There's going to be hardware involved. However, since it was announcement of an announcement, we have no idea really, right? We're just that's just my best guess. And so it could really be anything. I was thinking they could have found a way to add protein powder to audio. They could be announcing that because the protein's being added to everything else. So why not audio? How would that work? I don't know. Elgato figured it out though. Pea powder, exactly. Or maybe they have a thing that just vibrates a water tank and generates actual waves on your desk. And then there's a little counter that counts how many waves, and so it's always counting the next wave. I don't know. I like the protein powder one. That's pretty good. Could be an energy drink. I mean, that works with the protein powder, right? 5-hour Elgato energy. And calling it something like Wave Next seems great. Pull up a can of Elgato Wave Next to get me through the day. Gives me that extra burst of energy. Could be, maybe they're branching into cooking. Maybe they're using heat waves to warm your food. You want heat? Try Elgato Heat. Creatine and protein in one drink. Wave power for a more powerful stream, right? Maybe it's a dance. You're at the club and suddenly you start hearing Wave Next music coming through. Maybe it's waterproof. Yeah, exactly. Apologies if that was already floated as an idea. Nope. There are so many possibilities. That's what happens when you make an announcement of an announcement, and you're not, and you're kind of not exactly clear on what you mean. Could have just waited till March 3rd and said, hey. So that week will be pretty cool because we'll have Elgato's Wave Next announcement, and the Apple event will be the day after on March 4th. So we'll have a bunch of stuff to talk about on that Tech Friday. And that will be... yeah, that'll be in a couple weeks. So the March 6th Tech Friday, we'll be going over both of those things. Both of those things. I can speak sometimes. You know, or you're at a disco and Wave Next comes on. And you're like, yeah. Maybe it's a food delivery system, like a little conveyor belt, and you just put it next to your mouth, and it comes out in waves and just goes right to your face. That seems plausible, right? Like a thing. Seems Jetsony. Should be now. We can't get, you know, flying cars, but can we get better conveyor belt automation? I'm really just moving the mouse around the on this other monitor here and looking at it like, ooh, spotlight. Uh, yeah, just this, because up here, this bit in the upper corner could be a speaker, or it could be kind of, you know, microphone-ish. Then, oh, check this out. Let's see if I can zoom in on it. SN code hype. If there's anything else. Do letters, no. 48 volts. It's like playing one of those puzzle games. So we have this glowy circle thing in the middle. Oh, we have USB. We don't know if that appears good on the screen. We have USB, a headphone jack, a microphone jack. All with little lines leading into this big central thing. See, are these numbered anything fun? Nope, they're just... What's this over here? I'm going to spend way too long doing this. High performance fruit spread with vitamins, protein, and creatine, green algae, and essential amino acids. For streamers by streamers. That's my jam. Excellent. So yeah, Elgato's announcement of an announcement. The Wave Next. I have a couple weeks to wait. So if you have any other wild speculations, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, it's all open to interpretation at this point. But I'm betting it is some sort of dedicated audio mixer. There was a knob in that graphic. Oh. Well then, we definitely need whatever it is. Oh yes, that is a knob. This looks knobbish. So clearly I need it because I need more knobs. Ooh, okay. Really, I'm just obsessed with doing this now. This is stream. I didn't actually know this did this until Brian said something in my Discord about what the announcement might be, and then I went to the website and I started moving my mouse around. I'm like, oh, there's actually stuff behind the image. It's not just the Wave Next thing logo. Also has the feel of a early 2000s corporate rebrand. Yeah, definitely the herald of a unified audio experience from Elgato. Yeah, yep. Top right, no sliders. That center knob might have a circular LED display in the center of it. Oh. Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, that's hard for me. Center knob bit looks like the leaked new XLR. Let's find that out. Do. I'm trying to find a post about it. If you have a post about it, please post it in. Copy the link into chat. Do. Ah, there we go. Thank you. Let's see. Add new tab. All right. Here is. Let me. So here's what the new Wave XLR will probably look like. Knob. Exactly. Big center knob. Yeah. And then Elgato Phil here. Well, this wasn't how it's supposed to go. Bit bummed to see this leak before we're ready, but yes, we've been working on something new. You're loving Wavelength 3.0? That's just a taste of where we're headed. Can't wait to share more soon. Thanks for the enthusiasm. Which, to be honest, that's not all that different from my current XLR. Yeah, I've been looking for seeing if there is anything truly different about it, but it could be part of their new plan, whatever that might be. Having a long push on the knob seems to be the only difference. Ah, okay. Probably ties into WaveNext for an audio adjustment wizard, etc. That would make sense. And just closing a few tabs here. Don't need them. Let's see. Close up other tabs. See, we talked about that, talked about that. Talked about all those things. Okay. Have anything else? No. Shorter, regular Tech Friday this week. If you have anything you want to talk about, let me know. Otherwise, we'll get into finding articles before the break. All right. So, if you're watching this later on YouTube, thanks for watching. Hit like and subscribe. I'll be back next week with more Tech Friday. If you're here watching live, stay with me. There's a whole lot more coming up. All right, let's get into that extra stuff. So we're opening the floodgates to questions a little earlier than normal, but that's okay. All right, there is a new Rubik's Cube. Rubik's Wow Cube adds complexity possibility by reinventing the puzzle cube. $399. One of my work friends loves a Rubik's. 395 what? Yeah, right? The Wow Cube is a modern take on the Rubik's Cube, an experiment from Hungarian architecture professor Imo Rubik. Erno Rubik? Rubik aimed to make a structure composed of 8 cubes that could move independently without the structure collapsing. The Rubik's Cube became a widely distributed toy, an 80s craze, and eventually a puzzle icon. Okay, so the original Rubik's Cube was $10, and the Wow Cube takes the opposite approach. As a 2x2 grid that can do all the traditional Rubik's puzzle, and you can play other games on it, and it'll tell you the weather. There's only 24 squares compared to the traditional 54. And you can put in games and other apps. believe Cypher posted about seeing this up close at convention a while back. Ooh, I think at the time it wasn't Rubik's branded, so they may have shown up with a cartoon sack of money, right? Yeah, it has its own iOS and Android app, the Wow Cube Connect. I know that name is just a company called Cubios is behind the Wow Cube. Yeah, the Cubios Rubik's Wow Cube is the official thing. Is the official name. Or the full official name, otherwise just known as the Wow Cube, but here it is. And yeah, I can imagine Rubik's going, here's a cartoon sack of money. QBO sounds like a Minecraft themed breakfast cereal. Right. Dozens of game, one unique cube. Can even design your own game and apps. Get your Rubik's Wow Cube before they're gone. Really? You expect a lot of people ponying up $400 for this, huh? I mean, it seems neat. I don't want to spend $400 on it, but all right, looking for other things. Google's Pixel 10a arrives on March 5th for $500. It's their newer, it'll be their newer budget. $500 is a budget phone. Holy cow. That's way too much money for, oops, that's not the, I didn't click the link. Sorry about that. Hold on. This is also on Ars Technica. Still more than I want to ever spend on a phone. I think the last Pixel I got, the last Pixel I got might have been the 5A, and that was only because it was on sale. Like one of those ridiculous, this product's been out for a bit, so we're giving you like $200 off type sales. All right, going over to Engadget, seeing what they have. They have another, oh yeah, we already did what to expect on April 4th for Apple's event. Let's see here. Oh yeah, a new thing to get angry about. Well, we'll kind of save that for a couple minutes here. Doo-doo-doo. All right. Something to look at later. Check out one more site. Not seeing a whole lot here. A new thing to get angry about. No, thank you. I'm good. Right? There's enough stuff. There really is. But if you didn't see this on Blue Sky, yeah, there's a publisher, Tunic. And so this is a TikTok is horrible and AI ads are horrible, all in one ad that even having clicked off, we don't want AI ads for our game to be published on TikTok, whatever those options are. TikTok ran racist and sexist ads of their game without their knowledge. And so there's the article from Engadget, which is horrible. And now another thing to add to the, and I got to check if AI did this, causing people yet more work. And then the TikTok response wasn't great either. So yeah, if you want more, hey, let's hate on AI, and for good reason, there you go. All right. Yeah, before I left the site, I qualified for monetization, and there were a lot of lines about we can use your content and ads enhanced with AI permissions, etc. So it wasn't great. Period. Several small businesses I follow on Instagram kept getting angry comments of why they're using AI in their ads. They weren't. They do the Meta ad program, and Meta was redoing their ads with AI. Oh, boo! That's awful. All right, but before we go to break, and you can continue talking about that because kind of open. But I do want to bring up neat stuff, something fun to kind of cleanse our palate with. Engadget article. There was Toy Fair 2026 this week. So this writer's favorite things from Toy Fair 2026. You have Transformers, the movie, 40th anniversary figures, $28 to $60. Ooh, Astro Train was in that. Shockwave. New round of F1 Hot Wheels. And a new line of Pantone colored cars. That's interesting. The Lego Star Wars with Smart Bricks, which we talked about with the CES. There'll be K-pop Demon Hunter toys. A Yoshi that hatches out of an egg. Pre-orders are already sold out of the Yoshi. Wow. okay. Well, something called Thames and Cosmos Solar Flowers. Not combination of art and science. Each kit features a model that you can build yourself or with your kids that turns into a lasting showpiece. Oh, neat. Kinetic sculpture. And you can use a solar panel to bring the whole thing to life. Nice. See new Masters of the Universe figures. There'll be a Fisher-Price Super Mario Little People collection. And that's all this writer mentions. Again, it's just this writer's favorite stuff. So that's neat. I like that there's a new Transformer line. They have a new Shockwave. That'll be cool. I like Shockwave. Oh yeah, Shockwave looking turns into a big old blaster. Nice. And Astro Train was pretty cool because I can't remember if it was the first Transformer or it came out with a wave of them like this, but it could transform into two things: a train and a space shuttle. So they kept that with this one. The apology tour is going to hit hard. Yeah. Yeah, it is. Yep. Poor Astro Train, though. The movie was hard on a lot of the characters. It was. Had that and Blitzwing, the tank airplane. Ooh, I forgot about Blitzwing. Yeah, it's neat that if you're wondering what Brian's talking about, it's mentioned in that article, but they have a "We're sorry about Optimus Prime, the Transformers, the movie 40th anniversary." Because, like, oh boy. Trying to think of maybe dedicated streams this coming year just to talk about the Transformers. Yeah. Awesome. Loving it. But yes, like the never ending story, the Transformers movie also had traumatizing events to children of a certain age group. I mean, there's a lot of 80s movies that were just children trauma factories, to be honest. The reaction to TF the movie actually caused them to have a backup ending to G.I. Joe the movie. Yeah, I read that, and that's why the G.I. Joe movie seems kind of weird at the end, because they changed it. Oh no, Duke is fine. It's the power of writing, exactly. One guy running into the room and shouting can bring someone back from the dead. Yeah. Speaking of, okay, this is an odd connection, but a connection nonetheless. There's a movie. I'm going into bad movie territories. Bad movie territory. Blah blah blah. I can talk. Oh, what was it called though? Heck, I gotta think of what it was called. Oh, I know who was in it. Red Brown. Yeah. So there was a movie called Space Mutiny, which has been done by MST3K and Riff Tracks, starring Reb Brown, who you may know from the old Captain America movie. And this is a bad movie. It was totally to cash in on Star Wars and Battlestar Galactica and all that. In fact, it even uses some footage from Battlestar Galactica in it for the space scene. But it was either edited and no one thought about this in continuity, or they just did it, and depending how they shot it. But there's a scene where a background character dies, and then a few scenes later, they are back at their station doing their computery thing, just sitting there, and it's like, hey, they're alive again. All right. The old school BSG was pretty amazing for its time. It was. And that they had to reuse footage from it. Actually, the reused BSG footage is probably the best thing about Space Mutiny, other than all the railing kills, because there are a lot of stuntmen falling off of railings after getting zapped by lasers. Oh, that won't just capitalism even in space. Death won't keep you from getting those hours in, right? So yeah, if you want to see faceless stormtrooper-like people getting shot at and poor explosion effects and then launching off of railings, Space Mutiny is the movie for you. Also starring Red Brown. Who was, let's see, when was that movie, Captain America made? 1979. I wonder cost-wise what one of the easiest stunts is to constantly film. But falling off things has to be right up there, right? Yeah, you know, maybe you put down a mat, do some wire work. Runs back. And are we talking about the Captain America movie? Because, oh, okay. No, the bad one from 1979 with Red Brown. The one you probably don't want to watch. That was so bad, right? So very bad. There are clips of it on YouTube. So if you really want to know about it, just watch a couple clips. I can't recommend seeing the thing. Just wearing a mic in one shot, and you can see the transmitter on his back. TV movie. Then there was the one in the early 90s with Matt Salinger. Yep. All right, it's time to take a break. And when we come back, we'll go into more TTRPG things and talk about more bad movies, I'm sure. Because, you know, we can talk about Red Brown being in a number of bad movies. such as The Hunter from the Future, and Space Mutiny, and Robo War. And oh, there's one I haven't seen. The Howling 2, Your Sister is a Werewolf from 1985. Oh. He still has more IMDb credits than I do, right? Ooh, he's in an episode of Miami Vice. And Alice and Love Boat and Three's Company. Wow, he did. I didn't realize he did so much television. All right, let's take a break. And I'll run some ads. Be back in about 5 minutes. So see you then. Stay tuned. Welcome back, everybody. How y'all doing? Thanks for sticking around. Pause the music. Actually, let's keep the music going. And just turn it down a little. There we go. And close this window. So, anything you want to all talk about related to TTRPGs or tech or anything we mentioned earlier? I'm good with that. Alright, let's look up some TTRPG news. One thing. D&D Beyond has a 2026 development roadmap up. So if you're interested in what's included, here's the article. And it has a link to it, but there you go. So that's what's going on with D&D Beyond. Let's see here. We talked about the Quester's toy line last week, so we don't need to go for that again. Oh, if you back Shadow Dark for their Western Reaches campaign, you can download the Curse Scrolls 5 zine is available. So if you're a backer, you'll have a link to it in your email. All right. Nothing really there I want to mention. See what this site has, and then Alright, don't see much in TTRPG news that I want to mention. Let's... Oh, I found out about an Obsidian plugin recently. Let me... Oh, of course Obsidian's already open. Let me figure out what it's called. There it is. Community plugins. Oh, I can click copy share link, right? All right, so there is this plugin called Longform, and it's designed to help you write and edit novels, screenplays, and other long projects. So what it does is you create a long form spot in your vault, right? And then you write down your chapters as separate notes, and then it will combine all those into one document for you. Oh, that's not right at all. Hold on. Let's do it that way. There. That'll take you to the GitHub for it. We can go into community plugins on your Obsidian, type in Longform. And so, yeah, it does a lot of interesting things and will put your ideas together into one file. It's kind of a separate little deal. You tell Obsidian you want to create a long form, and then you set it up, and yeah, it will. You can keep all your chapters as separate notes or whatever you're dividing up as, and then when you're ready, you can say, okay, take all of these and put them into one thing, and it'll do that for you. So I thought that was pretty cool. And of course, I'm like, yeah, got it in an Obsidian mention. All right, doing good. And just dragging a few things around. Yeah, let's see here, share, copy link. This is about an hour-long interview with Cory Doctorow about the AI bubble and other things Cory Doctorow is known to talk about. You can check it out there. I liked it. I gotta go through a little more of it, but it's pretty good. Also, did he say the thing? They mentioned the thing I haven't heard it yet. Like I said, I haven't been through the whole entire thing yet. But if it's the thing you asked about in Discord, I had not heard it as far as I've listened. He said this in so many interviews, and he's right, but it's hilarious to hear every time. Yeah, right? Cory Doctorow has this line about printer ink and horse semen, and you should definitely check it out. Okay, previously, this is a different topic. I believe I mentioned about Sync Thing and using it to sync Obsidian vaults and things like that. And I found a video that explains how to use it just kind of over your own home network. And it's a fantastic, explaining video on it and how to set that up and just get files going in your own household over your own network, and get them to your phone or your, between a PC and a Mac, or just between PCs. And I was listening to this video a bit before stream. So another one I still have to finish, but grammar rules you can stop sticking to. Always love that kind of thing. Let's see, what else? More videos on Discord. I think we covered Discord last week. I don't think there's any need to re-dig up that awfulness this week. Well, it doesn't seem like there's anything new to add. Looking through my YouTube algorithm things to see if... Oh, that picture is awful. You know how sometimes you get weird ads when you're looking at YouTube? I got one that is create your own virtual girlfriend, so it's an AI girlfriend thing. But the photo of this girl is just terrible. Yeah, I don't want to share any part of it. It's awful. I mean, the technology is awful too, but if you're trying to sell it to somebody, that's not the picture you go with. We heard you say that AI photos look too uncanny and real, so we went the other way. Yeah, pretty much, yes. Probably share this in Discord for those curious, but I'm not going to put it up on stream. And no, I'm just taking a screenshot of it. I'm not actually going to post a link to said thing. Because it's AI, but it's just so awful. Can't get over it. Okay, we'll post that to Discord later. Now there's a bar opening up for people and their AI partner. I saw that too. I'm like, what? Why? I already want to go out less, and a place like that I really wouldn't want to visit. Like, even if that goes, oh, you can go here, they have great food, because sometimes, you know, there's places that have generally good food. And you're like, oh yeah, okay, not quite for me, but this food's good. But a place like that, why? It would just be so uninteresting. Okay, let's. While I'm thinking about it. Okay, if you're in my Discord, I have just posted that picture I was talking about in the general channel. Filled with patrons sitting at tables for one-ish with their tech devices propped up on stands and headphones to hear them. It's like a silent disco, but as a restaurant bar, right? I mean, I can go anywhere for that experience if I just want someone looking at a device. Such a horrible, horrible idea. DC, why'd you stop going out? Because the places to go to have turned awful. All of them. Just be another reason in my bin of why I don't go many places. You can make a whole bar for that, but I still get looked at weird when I show up for a table for one. Yeah. Or I'll be a table for one. They like, want to sit at the bar? I look at the bar. The stools have no back support. Like, no. I need back support. If you don't have stools with a low back, I'm not staying at your establishment to eat. It's just... I am going out for lunch with a friend tomorrow, though, so one of the rare times I'll go out is when a friend says, hey, Haven't seen you in a while. Want to go for lunch? Be like, yeah, okay, yeah, that'll go out for. Or my friends, they like playing D&D in a home game setting, so traveling to a friend so we can play D&D, in person. Fine. Steven, hello. We're talking about horrible experiences that you can have as a person. Like going to the bar for people with AI companions. And reinforcing why I don't go out many places anymore. Yep. Better check on my food. Okay, food is on the way. Yay. But earlier, Fernando, hello. Welcome on in. We did talk about the announcement of the announcement that Elgato made, which is likely to be some sort of hardware audio interface. That's my guess. Or advanced audio software, or combination of the two. But also, I'm for that Elgato has found a way to add protein to audio, because protein's being added to everything, so why not audio? Shame we missed out on the brief initial period when fast food restaurants started rolling out drive-thru AI. Could have ordered 9,999 cups of water. I suppose, right? Ham knob, exactly. Talk about ham knobs. Let's see here. Food is still on the way. Okay. It's being traveled to my residence now. Awesome. One of the local places I like going to can get delivered food, so getting some catfish from them. They give you a nice large piece of catfish too, so I'm like, yeah, this is gonna be good dinner. The delivery is a catfish. You open the styrofoam container and find a cheeseburger. That is amazing. Actually, I wouldn't mind one of their cheeseburgers. Those are pretty good. But yes, I would like catfish today. Oh no, Tesla has to slash Cybertruck prices. Such a shame. How terrible, right? And it's all, if you actually want to read the details of it, I'm happy with just the headline on this one, but all the details are in that article by Ars Technica. And Ars Technica also has this article, completely different topic. Zero Grip Maximum Fun, a practical guide to getting into amateur ice racing. So, you know, that's a thing you're talking about. One positive thing about Teslas, they have cameras on the front, back, and sides, which means more angles to view in car crash compilation YouTube videos. Excellent. And so, yeah, we're just in the, while I'm waiting for food, we're into open season. If there's anything you want to talk about, any questions you have. Please put them in chat. We still have some time, so... I'm just looking for videos and other things to talk, other articles to talk about. So, and those things are on the monitor over here. So, you see, I'm not looking here. It's because all the info stuff is over here. Decided to make a career pivot. Ooh. Love hospitality and customer service, but it's largely low-paying work, so I'm considering of doing a hard pivot into cybersecurity. Oh, nice. I gotta say, that's gonna be a good field to be in. All right. Oh, hey, for those that like Slay the Spire 2 opens up in early access on March 5th. And it's getting 4-player co-op. This article's on Engadget. I have to watch the trailer. Yeah. Getting my hair cut tomorrow. That'll be good. Getting my hair cut tomorrow, then going to have lunch with my friend. Yay. Would love to play Nerdy Deck Builders as co-op, so that would be so fun. Yeah. Biggest concern you have an associate in American Sign Language and English interpreting. Likely need to go back to college to get a bachelor's. Yay for lots to learn. Boo for research papers with bibliography and footnotes. Oh yeah. No, I get that. Get that sentiment. What kind of cuisine? I'm not sure yet what we're going to for lunch. It might actually be going to a hamburger place or something like an Applebee's. There's a Chinese place we tend to go to too. But yeah, that looks like. Oh, food was dropped off. Let me go grab food so it doesn't get more cold, and then I'll be right back and we can wrap up. I want to make sure the food, stays warm. So much math. Oh, wait. Right? Okay, let's wrap things up. Let's see if there's anyone we can send a raid over to. Looking. Who is on right now? Yeah, thanks for being here, everybody. I really appreciate it. Have a great weekend. Be kind to yourselves. Be kind to each other. Hold on. Hey, kitty. Anna, come here. Where are you? You may have kitty. Anna. Are you coming? Where are you? Where are you? Yeah, come here. Yeah. We get to go into the weekend with Hannah. Hi, kitty. JD lady says hi. Oh, oh. Oh, 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 ow, 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 ow. That was a claw in my belly. There you go. All right, so thanks for sticking around. Got to see the kitty. All right, let's go raid. Let's go raid Fawn and Games. They are excellent. And I will see you all next week. So be kind to yourselves, be kind to each other. Have a great weekend, and please stay tuned for the raid. Bye.